Hi, I'm Neil from Wild Elements, and I'm working in collaboration with the National Botanic Gardens of Wales to introduce you to permaculture. Permaculture is a design system that was initially developed to create sustainable agricultural systems. However, this design tool is now utilised worldwide to design homes, financial systems, businesses, social groups and education. The National Botanical Gardens have been supporting a project called Growing the Future, a 5-year project to champion Welsh horticulture, plants for pollinators, the protection of wildlife and the virtues of growing plants for food, fun, health and well-being. Here at Wild Elements, we thought it would be an excellent opportunity to combine our knowledge of permaculture and link it with growing plants for the future. In our last video, we talked about growing plants that can inspire children to eat healthier and live in a more sustainable way. Today, we're going to look at buildings and resource use. This is a wide-ranging topic, and in the few minutes that we have together, we can't cover everything. We're going to have to look at the main resources used in the home. This is electricity, water and food. Electricity is used to power our homes and increasingly our cars too. There are suppliers of 100% renewable electricity in the UK, and a simple switch would ensure that all of the electricity you use in the home is being generated sustainably. At the current time, Wales has the largest offshore wind farm in Europe off the north coast, and a pioneer project for tidal energy is being undertaken in the seas around Anglesey in an attempt to capture the energy from the strong currents that surround the island. Within the home, there are other simple things that we can do to help reduce the amount of energy that you and your family use. The first principle that permaculture advocates is observation. It's important that you observe how much energy you are using to see if there is anywhere that you could save energy. This may include ensuring that the washing machine is full, that the dishwasher is not run with half a load in it, and appliances are switched off at the socket rather than left on standby. It's important to remember that slow and steady will reap more rewards in the long run. Ensure you celebrate each saving with your family and your energy company. It's interesting to see if you can spot any patterns in your energy use. What things happen on most days that you could change to help reduce electricity use. You could seek ideas from others, such as your energy company or your friends. This would mean that you are valuing diversity of ideas and inspiration. Moving on to water. In Wales, we have a saying, it really rains all day in Wales. Thinking of water as a limited resource feels very strange. We're here today listening to the water pour from the sky. It will filter its way through the ground, travelling through to the streams, rivers and lakes to the sea. From our time in school, we know that the water will evaporate, form clouds, condense over the beautiful mountains of Snowdonia and pour down on us again in a never-ending cycle. However, times are changing. Our climate is warming and the weather patterns may not be the same in the future as they are now. It's important to remember that by producing no waste and applying self-regulation, we are helping future generations to live more sustainably. I know that colleagues here at Wild Elements have discussed the issue of water usage with their young children, and they always delightfully suggest less washing. The addition of a water-saving shower head ensures their children could still be showered every day, much to their annoyance, while saving water at the same time. Grey water from the shower could be recycled and used to water plants in the garden. In addition to this, water from the roof can be collected in water barrels and used to irrigate plants and greenhouses. Food is the final resource that we were going to look at today. Wow, it's so easy to buy it. You can walk into almost any shop and leave with something to nibble in your hand. Unfortunately, a large proportion of what we buy doesn't actually get eaten. It lingers into the fridge until it's past its sell-by date, and then it's thrown unceremoniously into the bin. Before this has happened though, a large proportion of food grown by farmers never reaches the shops, as it's not deemed to meet with the appropriate rules on how beautiful it looks. Tons of food are left to rot. Thankfully, this is changing as consumers become more aware of wonky fruit and veg can now be bought in stores. By growing your own food and linking the design of your patch with permaculture ethics and principles, you will be contributing to reducing food miles and food waste. In addition to this, you can store any excess that you have by preserving it. Freezing any excess that you haven't already shared with others easily achieves this. Prevention is always better than cure, and by using a shopping list, you can prevent the purchase of unneeded food. Getting into the routine of checking the fridge, freezer and cupboard before you go shopping links in with the first principle of permaculture: observe and interact. Turning our focus onto buildings now, we can look at the buildings that already exist and those buildings of the future. Homes, offices and factories are not always designed to be efficient or suited to the requirements of the humans that use them. Cost implications are often cited, and the reason why compromises are made. However, with a little thought, you can adapt your home or place of work to make your life a little easier. This will save you energy and improve your well-being. In permaculture, we use zones to map out areas. Zone 0 would be the place where you spend most of your time. Zoning is explained by the Permaculture Association in the following way. Zone 0, this is the centre of activities, the house. This is high maintenance, high use and requires considerable investment of time and energy. Zone 1, annual plants, herbs, compost, plant propagation, construction and maintenance, bike store and other high use activities like a greenhouse. It's often irrigated. Zone 2, dense planting, poultry and small livestock, orchard and polytunnels. Zone 3, large water storage, main crops, sheep, cows and field shelters. Zone 4, forestry, wood pasture, dams and forage. And Zone 5, the wild zone, where nature is in charge and where we go to learn and harvest only that which is abundant. By using this planning method, we can redesign the buildings that we inhabit to become more sustainable for ourselves and those around us. In our next video, we'll be looking at social permaculture and how it could impact on society. This may be one of the most important videos that we make on this subject. With the ongoing pandemic, people of Wales and all over the world are facing massive well-being challenges, and we can use permaculture design to support as many people as possible to improve their physical and mental health through connecting with nature. We look forward to seeing you then.